Many search endlessly for the perfect companion, exhausting themselves in pursuit of something that can only be revealed in due time. We become impatient, questioning why love seems elusive while all along it is unfolding in ways we do not yet perceive. There are three ways in which God introduces you to the person meant for you, each concealed in the ordinary, yet profound in purpose. We often believe that we must seek, strive, and struggle to find love. Yet God does not work in desperation. He moves in order and wisdom. The person designed for you may not appear when you expect them, but rather when you are ready. Consider how a seed does not sprout the moment it is planted. It must first endure the darkness of the soil, grow unseen, and only then break into the light. So it is with love. It arrives at the appointed season, not a moment too soon or too late. Perhaps you have already crossed paths with your soulmate, yet the time was not right. Perhaps your heart needed refining, your soul needed strengthening before you could recognize them. And so God allows life to unfold until both hearts are prepared to meet, not in haste, but in harmony. We expect life's greatest moments to come with grandeur, yet God often introduces the most significant people in the most unremarkable ways. Your soulmate may not arrive with flashing signs or dramatic entrances. Instead, they may enter your life quietly, a colleague you never truly noticed, a friend who has walked beside you for years, or even a stranger whose presence lingers in your thoughts long after they are gone. The greatest love stories are often the ones that begin unnoticed. And when God writes the story, He allows the right person to be hidden from your eyes until the moment He chooses to reveal them. Love is not found in ease, but in endurance. God often brings your soulmate into your life through trials that test and refine. Perhaps you have endured heartbreak, disappointment, or seasons of loneliness. But what if these were not punishments, but preparations? What if, through these trials, God was shaping you into the person capable of receiving the love He has prepared for you? And what if, amidst your struggles, someone was enduring their own trials, growing, learning, and becoming the person who would one day stand beside you, stronger because of what they have overcome? God does not merely bring people together. He prepares them for each other. And when that preparation is complete, the introduction is effortless, undeniable, and filled with a peace that no human understanding can explain. We live in a world where planning is considered the key to success. From an early age, we are taught to map out our futures, what career to pursue, where to live, and even when to marry. Society tells us that if we follow a structured plan, we will achieve the life we desire. However, when it comes to matters of the heart, human planning often falls short. Love, unlike ambition, does not conform to schedules or strategies. It arrives not when we demand it, but when we are ready to receive it. Divine timing operates beyond our comprehension. It does not adhere to our personal timelines, nor does it rush to meet our expectations. This is often a source of frustration. We set milestones, engaged by 25, married by 27, and perhaps a family by 30, only to find that life rarely unfolds according to our plan. In moments of delay, doubt creeps in. Have we missed our chance? Have we done something wrong? The truth, however, is that the delays are not denials. They are divine alignments, ensuring that we meet the right person at the right time, under the right circumstances. God does not introduce a soulmate when we are impatient or unprepared. Instead, He waits until we have grown into the person capable of recognizing, appreciating, and nurturing that relationship. Imagine giving a rare and priceless gift to a child who does not yet understand its value. The child, unable to grasp its worth, might treat it carelessly, unaware of the treasure in their possession. In the same way, if we were to meet our soulmate before we were ready, we might overlook them, mishandle the relationship, or fail to cherish it as we should. Preparation is essential. Often, before love is revealed, we must first undergo personal refinement. We must confront our insecurities, heal from past wounds, and cultivate the qualities that make us not just capable of love, but also worthy of it. If we enter a relationship carrying unresolved pain, fears, or immaturity, we risk turning a beautiful connection into a battlefield. Love is not merely about finding the right person, it is also about being the right person. And so, God, in His wisdom, does not introduce us to our soulmate before we are ready to receive them. Many people, in their impatience, attempt to force love. They rush into relationships, hoping to fill a void, only to find themselves entangled in connections that drain rather than fulfill. These premature relationships often serve as lessons rather than lifelong commitments. They reveal what we need to learn about ourselves, our boundaries, and our capacity for love. But they are not failures. Rather, they are stepping stones experiences that shape us so that when the right person arrives, we no longer settle for mere companionship. We recognize the depth of true partnership. Another profound aspect of divine timing is that while we are waiting, so is the person meant for us. We are not the only ones being prepared. Somewhere, someone else is walking their own journey of growth, learning, and transformation. They, too, may be experiencing heartbreak, refining their character, and preparing for the day when your paths will align. The delays are not obstacles, but orchestration. Just as a skilled artist takes time to perfect a masterpiece, God takes time to prepare both individuals so that when they finally meet, their love is not fragile but enduring. This is why love often arrives when we least expect it, when we are no longer searching desperately, when we have surrendered our timelines, and when we have embraced contentment in our own lives. That is when divine timing unfolds. Love does not appear as a result of our striving, but as a revelation of God's perfect plan. If love has not yet arrived, it is not because you are forgotten or undeserving. It is because the right person is still being prepared, or perhaps because you are still being prepared for them. Trust in the process. Trust in the timing. What is meant for you will never pass you by. It will come precisely when you are ready to receive it. Before a great structure is built, its foundation must be laid. Before a masterpiece is painted, the artist must first learn the strokes. Love is no different. It is not something that simply happens. It is something we must be prepared for. Yet, most people do not recognize that the period of waiting is not passive. it is purposeful. Preparation for love begins with self-awareness. We often believe that a soulmate will complete us, but the truth is that we must first become whole on our own. Our relationship is not meant to fill an emptiness within us. Rather, it is meant to be an extension of the love we have already cultivated within ourselves. If we do not know who we are, what we value, or where we are going, we risk losing ourselves when we finally meet someone. Growth is necessary. Before God entrusts us with a meaningful relationship, He refines our character. He places us in situations that challenge our patience, test our kindness, and strengthen our resilience. These experiences shape us into people who can love unselfishly, forgive easily, and communicate openly. Every hardship, every disappointment, and every lesson we learn in solitude serves to prepare us for the relationship that is to come. Healing must take place. Many carry wounds from their past broken trust, failed relationships, childhood traumas that, if left unhealed, become barriers to love. Love cannot flourish in a heart that is guarded by fear or weighed down by unresolved pain. This is why God often allows a period of solitude before bringing two people together. It is not a punishment, but a season of restoration, ensuring that we do not project past hurts onto future relationships. Patience is a test of faith. When we see others finding love, it is easy to grow restless, wondering if we have been overlooked. But God's timing is not based on comparison. He does not rush the process simply because we are impatient. Instead, He asks us to trust that when we are ready, truly ready, love will arrive in a way that exceeds our expectations. Preparation also involves refining our expectations. Many enter relationships with unrealistic ideals, believing love is about perfection rather than partnership. They seek someone who will never disappoint, never struggle, never make mistakes. But real love is not about finding a flawless person. It is about embracing another's imperfections with grace. Through our own growth, we learn to extend the same patience and understanding that we ourselves hope to receive. Opportunities for preparation are hidden in everyday life. The way we handle friendships, conflicts, and responsibilities all shape how we will handle love. If we learn to listen with empathy, to sacrifice without resentment, and to stand firm in our values, we are preparing for a love that is not just passionate, but lasting. Preparation is not just about waiting. It is about becoming. It is about reaching a place where love is not something we seek to gain, but something we are prepared to give. The right person is not simply waiting for us. They are also growing, healing, and becoming ready in their own way. And when both souls have been refined by time, experience, and faith, love will no longer be something to chase, it will be something that naturally unfolds. Love rarely arrives with grand announcements. It does not always enter our lives in the way we expect, nor does it always come from the direction we anticipate. Many people believe that meeting a soulmate will be an extraordinary moment, one filled with undeniable sparks, immediate certainty, and dramatic realization. But more often than not, the person meant for us is introduced quietly, woven into the fabric of our daily lives, long before we recognize their significance. God's way of bringing two people together is often subtle. He allows paths to cross in ordinary circumstances through friendships, workplaces, chance encounters, or even moments that seem insignificant at the time. The person you are meant to be with may already be in your life, standing in the background, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. Perhaps they are a familiar face, someone you interact with casually, someone whose presence feels natural but not yet profound. Recognizing a soulmate is not about the immediate intensity of emotions, but about the gradual unfolding of something deeper. The relationships that last are often those that begin with a foundation of trust, respect, and understanding, things that develop over time rather than in an instant. Many people overlook the possibility that the person they are meant to be with is already present, hidden in plain sight, because they expect love to arrive with fanfare rather than quiet consistency. Timing plays a crucial role. There may be someone in your life right now who is meant for you, but you have not yet been prepared to see them in that light. Attraction is not just about physical appearance or fleeting emotions. It is also about alignment, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Two people can know each other for years and yet remain strangers in a deeper sense until the moment is right. Relationships built on familiarity often have the strongest foundations. Many love stories begin as friendships, where two people unknowingly grow closer through shared experiences, conversations, and mutual support. Because the relationship is not forced or rushed, it allows for a genuine connection to form. There is no pressure to impress, no fear of judgment, only the slow realization that this person is not just another figure in your life, but someone who sees and understands you in ways others do not. Some of the most profound connections are not recognized until time and circumstances reveal them. Perhaps you have met someone during a season when neither of you was ready. Perhaps life took you in separate directions, only to bring you back together when you had both grown into the people you were meant to become. When God orchestrates love, He does so with divine precision, ensuring that two hearts meet when they are most prepared to love and be loved in return. Love is often about perception. We spend so much time searching for something grand that we fail to see what is already in front of us. We look for a perfect love story, expecting it to be obvious and dramatic, but the deepest connections are often formed in the moments we take for granted: the conversations, the laughter, the quiet support, the small acts of kindness that accumulate over time. God introduces soulmates not through spectacle, but through simple, ordinary encounters. It may be someone who has always been there, waiting for the right time. It may be a stranger whose presence lingers in your mind. It may even be someone you have overlooked because they did not fit the image of love you had envisioned. But when the moment of recognition arrives, there will be no confusion, only the deep, unshakable knowing that love was never about finding something new, but finally seeing what was always meant to be. Love is not tested in moments of ease, but in seasons of hardship. Many believe that when God introduces a soulmate, the relationship will be effortless, that it will be free from struggle, disagreements, or challenges. But true love is not found in perfection. It is forged through endurance. The strongest relationships are not those that have never faced trials, but those that have endured them and emerged stronger. Difficulties serve as a refining fire. When two people come together, they bring their own histories, perspectives, and flaws. There will be moments of misunderstanding, seasons of distance, and trials that test commitment. These moments are not signs that love is failing, but that love is being strengthened. Just as gold is purified by fire, love is deepened through challenges that force both individuals to grow beyond their weaknesses. Trials reveal character. It is easy to be kind, patient, and understanding when everything is going well. But when difficulties arise, true character is exposed. The way someone handles stress, disappointment, or conflict speaks louder than words. A relationship built on genuine love will not crumble under pressure. Instead, it will teach both individuals how to navigate life's storms together. Love that is never tested remains fragile, but love that has withstood challenges becomes unshakable. Every relationship will encounter moments of tension. There will be times of frustration, times when doubts arise, and times when patience is stretched thin. These moments serve a purpose. They teach both partners how to communicate, how to listen, and how to choose love even when emotions are high. Love is not about avoiding conflict. It is about learning how to face it together with wisdom and grace. Some of the strongest bonds are formed in adversity. When two people experience trials together, they develop a deeper level of trust. They learn that love is not just about happiness, but about support, resilience, and unwavering commitment. When one person stumbles, the other is there to help them rise. When fear creeps in, reassurance is found in the presence of the other. These moments build a connection that is not easily broken. God allows trials in relationships not to break them, but to strengthen them. If love cannot endure hardship, it is not yet ready for the weight of commitment. A relationship that has never been tested may seem strong, but its foundation remains uncertain. When difficulties come, as they inevitably will, a love that has not been built through perseverance will struggle to withstand them. But when two people have already faced struggles together, they develop a confidence in each other that cannot be shaken. Trials also serve to reveal whether a relationship is truly meant to last. Some connections are temporary, designed to teach lessons rather than lead to a lifelong bond. If a relationship falls apart at the first sign of difficulty, it may be a sign that it was never meant to endure. But when love is real, it does not abandon ship at the first storm. Instead, it finds a way to navigate through it, knowing that the journey is worth the effort. Every challenge presents an opportunity for growth. When struggles arise, they force both individuals to examine themselves, to confront their own flaws, to learn how to love more selflessly, and to develop the patience that is required for a lasting relationship. God does not bring soulmates together simply to give them happiness. He brings them together so that they may grow, refine each other, and become stronger versions of themselves through love. A love that has stood the test of time is one that has learned to endure. It has learned to forgive, to communicate, to fight for the relationship rather than against each other. It is a love that has been tested by fire, but has not been consumed by it. Instead, it has been purified, strengthened and prepared for the lifelong journey ahead. Love is not merely an emotional experience, it is also a spiritual journey. Before two souls can unite in harmony, they must first align in purpose, values, and faith. Many people focus on external qualities when searching for a partner: appearance, career, status, without realizing that true compatibility is rooted in something much deeper. A relationship built on spiritual alignment will endure far beyond one based solely on physical attraction or shared interests. God prepares individuals for love by first drawing them closer to Himself. Often, before introducing two people to each other, He leads them on separate journeys of personal transformation. These journeys are necessary because they refine character, deepen wisdom, and strengthen faith. A person who is not spiritually mature may not recognize or appreciate the one meant for them. It is through spiritual growth that clarity is gained, allowing individuals to see beyond surface-level connections and into the depths of a meaningful partnership. Spiritual growth involves self-examination. It requires individuals to reflect on their motivations, fears, and desires. Many people enter relationships seeking validation, security, or fulfillment without realizing that these things must first be cultivated within. A soulmate is not meant to complete an unfinished person, but to complement one who has already discovered their own worth and purpose. When God works on someone's heart, He removes the need for desperate attachment and replaces it with a sense of inner peace. Patience is an essential part of spiritual preparation. When love is delayed, it is often because there is still work to be done within the soul. Growth cannot be rushed, and neither can divine timing. People who are in a hurry to find love may bypass important lessons that would have prepared them for a lasting relationship. God does not withhold love as a punishment. He withholds it to ensure that when it arrives, it is strong enough to endure. The process of spiritual growth also includes learning how to love selflessly. Many relationships fail because they are built on conditional love that is given only when it is easy or beneficial. True love, however, is sacrificial. It requires patience, understanding, and a willingness to prioritize another's well-being. Before bringing two people together, God often teaches them how to love in ways that are not self-centered. This may come through experiences of serving others, learning humility, or understanding the depth of forgiveness. Alignment does not mean sameness, but rather harmony in purpose. Two people do not need to be identical in personality or interests, but they must share a common foundation of values and faith. If one person is deeply committed to a spiritual path while the other is indifferent, conflict will arise. A strong relationship is built when both individuals are moving in the same direction, supporting each other's growth rather than hindering it. God often removes distractions before revealing a soulmate. Many people are caught in relationships that are not meant for them, relationships that keep them from growing into their full potential. Sometimes, what feels like rejection or loss is actually divine protection. Letting go of what is not meant for us creates space for what is truly meant to be. It is through this process of surrender that the right person can finally enter one's life without interference from past attachments. Spiritual alignment also affects communication and understanding. When two people share a foundation of faith and purpose. They are able to resolve conflicts with wisdom rather than ego. They approach challenges with a mindset of unity rather than division. They encourage each other in moments of doubt, offering strength when the other is weak. This kind of connection is not based on fleeting emotions, but on a bond that deepens over time. A relationship that is spiritually aligned is one that is not easily shaken. It is not dependent on circumstances, but on a shared commitment to growth, faith, and love. Two people who are prepared in this way will not see love as merely a source of happiness, but as a sacred journey, one in which they walk together, supporting each other and growing into the best versions of themselves. God speaks in ways that are often subtle, yet deeply personal. When He introduces someone to their soulmate, He does not always do so with loud proclamations or undeniable signs. Instead, He places quiet nudges along the way, small moments of recognition, a deep sense of peace, an unexplainable pull toward a person. These signals are easy to overlook if one is not paying attention, yet they serve as divine indicators that something significant is unfolding. Intuition is one of the strongest ways God communicates. Many people expect love to be a logical decision, something that fits neatly into their plans and expectations. But when God is orchestrating a connection, it often surpasses understanding. There may be an unshakable sense of knowing, a deep assurance that this person is meant to be in one's life, even if circumstances are not ideal. Even if logic says otherwise, the heart recognizes something that words cannot explain. Peace is a key sign of divine alignment. Unlike relationships that bring constant anxiety, confusion, or inner conflict, a divinely guided connection brings a deep, unforced sense of tranquility. This does not mean there will be no challenges, but rather that the foundation of the relationship feels secure. There is no desperate need to impress, no fear of losing oneself in the process. When two souls are meant to be together, their presence in each other's lives brings clarity. Repeated patterns and synchronicities often reveal God's hand in a connection. There may be moments where paths cross unexpectedly, where the same name keeps appearing, or where doors open effortlessly. Sometimes a person appears in life at just the right time when they are most needed, when lessons have been learned, when both individuals are truly ready. These moments are not mere coincidences. They are divine orchestration, guiding two people toward each other in ways that may not be immediately understood. God also speaks through obstacles. If a relationship is not meant to be, doors will close. No matter how much effort is put in, something will always feel misaligned. In contrast, when two people are meant for each other, challenges may arise, but they do not serve to push them apart. Instead, they strengthen the bond. If a relationship requires constant force, constant chasing, or continuous doubt, it may not be the right one. Divine connections flow with ease, even in moments of hardship. Dreams, inner visions, and subtle revelations often play a role in divine guidance. Throughout history, God has spoken through dreams, giving individuals glimpses of what is to come. Sometimes a soulmate may appear in dreams before they arrive in real life. Other times, moments of prayer or quiet reflection bring a sudden realization about someone significant. These revelations are not meant to force action, but to provide clarity, allowing the heart to remain open to what is unfolding. People around us can also serve as divine messengers. Family, friends, or even strangers may say things that confirm what has already been felt deep inside. A simple comment, an observation, or an encouragement from someone unexpected can reaffirm what God has already been whispering to the heart. Sometimes, others recognize a connection before the individuals involved do themselves. Inner resistance is another indicator. Many people, when faced with their soulmate, feel an initial hesitation not because the connection is wrong, but because it is significant. Deep connections often challenge personal fears, insecurities, and past wounds. When love is real, it requires vulnerability, which can be frightening. However, despite the fear, there is still a pull, a quiet voice that says, "This is right." It is not a forceful command, but an invitation to trust. Patience is required in recognizing divine signs. Many people miss the person meant for them because they are looking for something dramatic rather than listening to the quiet assurances within. Others rush ahead trying to control the process instead of allowing it to unfold naturally. God's timing is perfect, and His guidance is always present, but it must be received with openness and trust. Love that is divinely guided does not arrive with chaos, but with certainty. It is recognized not through grand gestures, but through consistent, undeniable moments of connection. It is not about perfection, but about purpose, not about fleeting excitement, but about deep, lasting peace. When God introduces two souls meant to be together, the signs are there not always in the ways expected, but always in the ways that matter most.